live life to the fullest on muscle cars and more. Let's get it, let's go.
Yeah, okay.
It is.
Okay, guys, if I can get you guys to walk down this way, I'm gonna stand here and do the conference from here, from this area. And if you can come in and close the door, young man. I know it's a little chilly. So first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to this event and making this event possible. So give yourselves a hand and a round of applause. So what I wanted to talk to you guys today about is your YouTube channel, growing your YouTube channel, and the business of the YouTube channel. So we're just going to touch on a couple of things. Guys, we have a lot of knowledge in this room, and one thing that I found about YouTube is if you share and collaborate with other YouTubers, your channel will grow. You will have tremendous growth. You cannot be afraid to reach out to other YouTubers, and by reaching out to them and collaborating with them, you plug into their audience as well. One of the biggest myths about YouTube is that you got to have the best, fanciest camera to get something going, and you got to have the best editing. I'm not messing with you, bro. Nothing like that. But
wait a minute.
But what I found is that what people really like to see is consistency. They like to know that when they get up on a Wednesday or Thursday or Friday at so-and-so time, they're going to be treated to your YouTube channel. And if you have inconsistency, then people tend to bounce out. You know, I'm kind of old school, so imagine if your favorite TV show, you know, I don't know, Leave It to Beaver, Gilligan's Island, you know, you name it, whatever. Imagine if it just came on sporadically and you didn't know when it was coming on. You know, Speed Racer, I knew I could get off the school bus and sprint home and catch it right as the title was, the opening title was going off, right? So we got to be consistent with that in that particular aspect. It's not about how powerful your camera is and about how stable your camera is. If you look at a lot of the new YouTube stuff that's going on now, the editing, if you try to judge it from a movie guy standpoint, is crap. It's just they're telling the story, they're walking through, they're having a good time, and they're putting it out. One thing that we're seeing changing in the YouTube community is the thumbnails. If you notice, if you look at a guy like It's Just a Six, you know how we make all these big and great thumbnails? Notice his thumbnails now don't have anything on them. They just have a picture on the thumbnails, and he's killing the game. We tried it a couple of times. Our recent video that we released, we just put the car on there on the drag strip. Curiosity kills the cat, because everybody's so used to now seeing all the words and everything on the thumbnails. So that one single picture, but encoding and putting your keywords is the key points to making that thing happen for you. Let's talk about some stuff real quick with some car aspects of it. One thing that I used that I found that gave us a lot of success, especially since I'm by myself, is this little thing with this simple Insta360 camera. This camera catches everything. If I put this camera on in this room, it's going to catch everything in this room. I can go back in editing, I can pick up what's behind me, I can pick up what's in front of me, I can pick up all around me. This little camera will catch everything in this room. So a lot of times it's not about the best shot, but it's about the shot that you did get. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah. So this camera is always going to get shots for you. In doing cars, if you take a GoPro, let me see your GoPro here. One common thing that I notice is that people like to see cars finishing races, and they like to see or look as if they're in a car or they're watching the race from the car's perspective. Imagine you have two cars in a lane. If you go to the far opposite side of the windshield on each car, take one camera and aim it this way. Go to the other car, take the other camera and aim it that way. The car that's behind is catching the car that's winning. So you always got a shot of the winning car. And that's what people want to see. They want to see the perspective of how bad did he get beat. So we found that our videos that we just run, like if we video it from here and it shows the cars go down the track and the lights go, we don't get that many views. But when we show the perspective of the cars pulling off and you can see and he's right there on the bumper, man, that gets a lot of views because it makes the person feel like that they're right there in part of the action. GoPro is about the best thing going, guys. We all use them. You don't have to have the fancy cameras. At that point, I want to turn it over to a guy that encouraged me when I first started my YouTube channel. And this is something that we have to get over. Just because a person has big numbers in YouTube doesn't always mean that that person is a great YouTube or how can I say, is a great YouTube creator that's willing to share. Some of your best YouTubers are people with small channels, and they reach out to you, give you some advice, do this, change this, and this, and boom, your channel is growing. They're really not caring about growing their channel, and that's this man right here, Stunner Reese. If y'all don't know who he is, this guy reached out to me when I first started. I had like maybe 300 subscribers, and he gave me some advice and some encouragement, and my YouTube channel took off all the way through the roof. So I like to give Stunner Reese a big hand. And I like to turn the floor over to him.
I really only got one simple philosophy, and that is whatever you do in your passion, in your real life, just base your YouTube channel off of that. If you really love cars and you really are a car enthusiast, if that's really what you do, then base that off your YouTube channel. If you like to do pottery, if you like to do painting, whatever it is, make sure that's your passion, because it's gonna be hard to fake it forever. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people who get into YouTube, that's what they go wrong. They get into it because they see the numbers of what this person might be doing with drag racing, but that's not really your thing. But you see what he's doing. Oh, he did 100K in 3 months. Oh, I'm doing that. I'm at the racetrack. No, that's not really your thing. Whatever your real true passion is, follow that, because no matter what you think it is, there's people who are into that same thing that you're into, and that are really passionate about that just as passionate as you are. And that's kind of like what I, you know what I'm saying, when I saw him, and a lot of people, rail to rail, when he had 300 subscribers, and a lot of people who was, you know, really, and that's one of the things I always told everybody, whatever our real passion is, whatever your real passion is, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? And make that what your channel is about, and then pretty much go from there. You know what I'm saying? And that's, he started really digging into that, and you know what I'm saying? And then I also told him, show your damn face. Because the man, he was like,
yeah, no, I didn't want to be in front of the camera.
He didn't want to be in front. I said, you know what? You know what? People want to connect with you. All they want to connect with you. You know what I'm saying? You're a character. You know what I'm saying? You're an entertainer. Voice is cool. They want to see you. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of one of the things. And he started slowly, you know what I'm saying, coming out a little bit more. I was actually the first person to show his face on YouTube. I was on my channel. Yeah, I was like, I'm showing your face. Yeah, so it's cool, man. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying. But you know, for me, it's organic. You know what I'm saying. I'm all about helping everybody. You know what I'm saying. Everybody who knows me. That's all I used to do, you know what I'm saying, trying to help everybody on YouTube. He said the minimum you could, you know, at this time, and have 1,000 subscribers and this, that, and other. I was trying to help everybody.
Everybody get to the
everybody. I was like, man, y'all know I was doing them subs, trying to get everybody there. And I used to always say, man, I want y'all to pass me. That's what I used to say aloud. I don't want y'all to come up to my level. I need y'all to pass me. And then one day when I need some help, y'all pull me up. I say that all the time. That's all I was doing, man. And I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
No
Thank
doubt,
you.
Man.
Hey guys, another YouTuber that I want to talk about real quick was a guy that also inspired me, because it was a brother that man, to me, he looked like me, and he had a Hellcat. And he had a Hellcat before any of these guys had a Hellcat, and that was my brother Mission Flyer. And I would just love to see Mission Flower whenever Mission Flower step out so people can see who you are. So Mission Flower would come on and I would say, baby, look at Mission Flower, he black like me. You know? And so Mission Flower would come on and he would do his stuff, he would talk about his YELLCAT and he would do all the work on his car. And then he just went away. So I didn't realize that he was in the military, and I guess they sent him off the war. And then he got sick, but he came back years later. But he was one of the first guys. His deal was before Street Speed 717 when he had his YELLCAT. He was before the Van Boers brothers. He was before all of the tall guy. He was before all of those guys. So I looked at him as, you know, my OG as far as the Mopars is concerned. So Mission Flower, could you share a little bit to everybody? Oh, also, he has retired from the service. He always reminds me, freedom ain't free.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. So thank you for your service.
As he said, the consistency is key. So I got my YELLCAT in 2015 when they first came out. When people were still paying $10,000 to $15,000 over sticker for them because they didn't know how much they were gonna, how many they were gonna make. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I've always been in the cars from back in the day. I grew up in the States. I've always been in the cars. So I bought this YELLCAT. You know, I started working out in my garage, did all the stuff myself, and you know, putting up videos. As I said, with consistency is that I was active duty at the time, so I have to be gone a lot. So a lot of times when I go, all social media, everything is gone. I'm gone for 8-9 months. So, you know, people's like, oh, I probably fell off or whatever and came back and stuff like that. But I'm glad to see a lot of, you know, a lot of guys' channels growing and stuff like that, putting up the videos. A lot of people think it's easy, but it's a lot of hard work. It's harder than what people think. It's just shooting and editing and doing the videos. You can shoot a 10-minute video and it take you 2 hours to edit it and then upload it and all that stuff like that. So just keep doing what you're doing. When I first started, you know, collab wasn't a thing. You know, all the bigger guys just stayed by themselves and all the little guys just fend for themselves. So, you know, just always collab. It's not my thing to necessarily, you know, make YouTube my #1 thing, but I really love doing it. I love the car community. I love the passion of it. And Stunner reached out to me. Even they reached out to me back a while ago when he had his Stunner Jam. And that's when everybody was small. Monta Fame was small. That's when Tall Guy was really small. And I was like, man, I really wish I could go. Cause after that, everybody just blew up after that. So just collab, help each other out, help everybody up, and you know, we could all grow. There's enough money and enough, you know, cars and fame for everybody if that's what you're after. So yeah, man.
Thank you.
Hey guys, the last thing I want to say before I turn the floor over, because like I said, we got a lot of experts in here. Everybody is an expert. Guys, do not let the hate infect you. We got a lot of hate going around in YouTube. You have to overlook it. Sometimes, you know, you got to say, like Big Mama say, hey, just pray for them, you know, or just pray for them. But you got to, don't get yourself caught up into that hate, because if you get caught up into that, you're not focusing on your channel and what your channel is about. And y'all know what I'm talking about. We've seen it before, but let's just walk past it and keep going. I want to open the floor up for you guys. If y'all have any questions, I'm pretty sure a lot of you can answer those questions. So any questions that we have so far, we got a lot of great YouTubers in here. So any questions from anybody?
I know somebody
yes,
got something to say.
We got a question right here. Hailstorm SRT. I'm sorry. Hailstorm SRT out of Jacksonville, Florida. And I've kind of been working on my channel back and forth for like a year. And you know, I reached out to a few people in here, and some of y'all actually reached back out to me. And I think for me, my biggest problem was, like you were saying, the editing and finding the proper software to edit. You know, because hell, a 10-minute video might take me 3 hours to edit. You know what I mean? Just because I go back and forth between different things, and I'm not sure exactly like. So I guess at the end of the day, man, my biggest thing is like, what's the most prominent or best
software or whatever the case is, an app or whatever it is. Yes, you guys do that.
Yeah. Does anybody want to answer that question?
I use the app.
Who? Yes. Go ahead.
Final Cut Pro is like the quickest and easiest software to use for anybody. You can actually set Final Cut up for all of your videos, kind of like a timeline situation. So you can just drop all your footage on it and not have to worry about going through everything.
What is it called again?
Final Cut Pro X. So it's gonna be 10 for some of you guys. So some people are still on Final Cut Pro 7. The Final Cut Pro 10 is like the.
That's only for a MacBook though, right?
Yeah.
No, you can do it on.
Yeah, it's Mac.
Yeah, it's
If
a
you
Mac
know about Hackintosh, you can do it on the.
Yeah, it's Mac.
Well,
Yeah. It's Mac.
the average person got an Apple these days, so I don't know.
Hey, what you trying to say, man? Okay, so does anybody else want to address that question? Yes, sir.
An Apple, like me, DaVinci Resolve is free $99. You can download it. It's a little bit complex, but once you get the hang of it, all you have to do is kind of like Brother Man said, just create a timeline, save it. You can put in like all your Instagram stuff, all your stuff that you want to overlay over the video. Have that in place, and then you can just drop your clips in.
Oh, you can
It's
send it to me, man.
real easy to cut your videos.
I'll edit it for you. Just send it to me, I got you.
I will say this though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead. We got the floor. Go ahead.
Big Rob 392 out of Alabama. I would say this though for like new users, like new YouTubers who really don't have a software or computer. Like he was just saying, with the phone, it's so simple. Like you record all you put it on your phone, and you just drop it in and just with your hand, just slide it and boom, edit, and it come out perfect, just like a, you know what I'm saying, a regular video. So.
Hey guys, can I?
iPhone, just like
Hey guys, can I make a suggestion to you? Go to YouTube. YouTube is like the encyclopedia. When I was growing up, we had encyclopedias, right? Or you had to go to the library if you wanted information. Am I telling you this? Right? Yeah, so you had to have a library card, right? But now you can go to YouTube or you can Google it, and it'll tell you about it. The best editing for you is your phone. I was with tall guy Corey Barrett. Corey did his entire YouTube video, had it edited and done within 30 minutes and did it all on his phone. I was with Stain Mode while we was driving back to the house. He did it all on his phone. You know, so if you can go to YouTube and learn how to edit on your phone.
Hey, subscribe, share. What is it? Like for you niggas? Yeah, subscribe, square, like. Square? Shit.
Alright, subscribe, square.
Yeah, subscribe, share,
And
like. So it ain't
square.
It's square. And share.
Alright, thanks.
Subscribe to my man.